Whenever you are writing a tweet, okay, I still call it tweet, a post on X, before you tweet something, make sure that information is correct. I'm not being wicked. I want to teach a lesson that shouldn't happen again. When Eniola Badmus arrested that girl and told her, okay, that where did she hear she was pimping girls from? You don't make up things on social media. I'm an international journalist. I'm an international publicist, and I'm also an award-winning pharmacist. I do a lot of work in drug abuse prevention, drug abuse education. The White House of President Clinton honored me. The government of Governor Paris Glendening of Maryland, County Executive Dutch Rupersberger, who is now in Congress, as well as Mayor Kurt Schmoke of Baltimore City, they all honored me. These are top government officials. And then 30 years later, someone is calling me a convict. Someone is calling me a condemned criminal. Somebody's making up lies about me. This is not the first time lies have been made about me. I wrote all the rules and I wrote all the different lies down. You have 4 children for 4 men. You're a slut. I don't even have 4 children, let alone 4 men, 3 men, 2 men. You hear something, you don't carry it around. You slept with your father, and your father fathered your oldest son. Because Esabot said something, you carried it on, after she had even apologized to my family. You were deported for Canada, for prostitution, for fraud, for not having paper. There was just so much erroneous things written about me, but I've kept quiet. Your children disowned you. Your family disowned you. This one disowned you. I'm not going to let it low anymore. I'm going to be dealing with every single person that defames me online. You can't hide. Okay, I've already contacted Twitter, X, Legal Department. That's what it's called. It used to be Twitter Legal Department. Law enforcement and journalists can contact to get information about people. When you open Twitter, you need a phone number to open it. They have your information. They know you. You can be arrested. That's what the IRT does. Intelligence Response Unit of the Nigerian Police Force, and it's one of the best in the world. So you can't hide under any account. This is somebody that called themselves a lawyer. Ivy Mike, if you're really a lawyer, you should know facts about law. You defame me by saying that I defamed Linda Ikeji, and I was convicted by a Rivers State High Court for defaming Linda Ikeji. First of all, anything that has to do with Rivers has to do with Pastor Ibiyomi. I was not convicted in that case. That case was never tried. I went to a pre-trial, and then the federal court, the judge threw it out. They threw it out because the Associated Press came and testified that the word allegedly is okay for a journalist to use. If I actually said, they said he allegedly had an affair with Yabojo, that was fine. But no one knew I was carrying an 8-page letter. I only posted 1 page. The judge also threw it out because Yabojo never showed up to court 1 time. None of us knew that Kennedy Okoko, the late Kennedy Okoko, had given her millions of naira to stay at home and not to come to court. So that every time when she doesn't come to court, I will be taken back to prison. They wanted me in prison as long as possible. That's why I despise Yabojo. I remember I found out all this after Kennedy had died. Though Kennedy told me to forgive him, because he also attempted to assassinate me. The whole assassination thing, remember that? When one of the police officers said, they told us to grab you at the courthouse, and then when we take you back to SARS, other police that were disguised as armed robbers will shoot into the hillocks, and everybody has a bulletproof except you, so you will die. Imagine a police officer telling me on this. Let me tell you, I've not written a book, and I've not really told my story yet, but when I tell it, you will cry. Everything about Port Harcourt, I don't want to ever hear again, and I never will visit that place again. But for you, Ivy Mike, to come back and make up stories that I was convicted by a River State court for defaming Linda Ikeji. You drag Linda Ikeji's name into what does not even concern her. You have to be careful how you put information out there. It was Pastor Abiyomi, not Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji can actually sue you as well. And then when you're confused, all you so-called charge and bail lawyers or whatever lawyer you are, when you are confused, ask a question. Because it was actually Linda Ikeji that was ordered to pay damages, libel and defamation, to Governor Ajimobi's daughter. The late Governor Ajimobi was the governor of my state. And if you remember, when people were protesting against the governor, somebody tweeted that the protesters had no home training. And Linda posted it as Ajimobi's daughter, supporting her father, accusing youth of protesting against her father. And it wasn't her that wrote it. Linda posted it. She sued Linda. Linda has money, she has money. But she wanted to teach a lesson, and Linda lost, and the court ordered Linda to pay her damages. She said she would appeal. What did the appeal come to? She ended up paying the damages. So if anybody was even convicted of anything or was sanctioned for something in a civil lawsuit, they settled the case. This is not a civil lawsuit. This is a criminal case because Nigeria has a criminal defamation law, which Pastor Abiyomi used to arrest me. 3 times I was arrested and I spent 6 months in prison for nothing. So I must use this law to teach you a lesson. You don't make up stories. So aside from the Linda Ikeji condemned criminal, your children already said you're a useless mother and you're irresponsible. In 2019, when my nephews opened a fake account and were posting on my son's name, my autistic son, who's not even online, I did a video and I told people not to believe it, that he's not online, they're just impersonating him, writing bad things about me. Your child is on you, your child is your child. Did you find out? You just go out there and follow the crowd with your herd mentality, a lawyer. My other children saw everything. My clients called me. My colleagues from America called me. Do you know how many people are following me that are journalists, verified account journalists who are following me, who have been following me? Do you know how many American newspapers follow me on Twitter? I know I don't follow anybody. And that's because of people like you, privacy. When I used to follow people on Twitter, Sean McQuaid did it in Canada. He spent 1 year in prison. Stalkers and all. He would message everyone I was following. Did you know Kemi has lost her pharmacy license in America for poisoning the daughter of a judge? I mean, stories out of the blue. You just come up with a judge and the daughter of a judge, and I poisoned them in a pharmacy and I lost my pharmacy license. This vicious bullying has to stop. So Ivy Mike, I'm sorry. You have to go to the system. We're going to do this Linda Ikeji versus Wizkid style. I hope you know what I'm talking about. When Wizkid and Linda Ikeji had the altercation, both of them sat in front of the police commissioner, okay? And that's how it was sorted out. So that you don't get arrested, go to prison, hire lawyers for a lawyer. You need to go in my DM and drop your phone number and your real full name and your ID, okay? If you don't do it, the police will have to do it and they'll come to your house and arrest you. I need to know exactly who you are because I really need you to be in that meeting with me. I'm going on Zoom this afternoon with Nigerian police, okay? And this is the only way I'm gonna do it. For everybody else, thanks for watching. My name cannot be dragged anymore. I'm not going to allow it. I have to teach a lesson. Be very careful what you write about me on social media. The fact that I'm not in Nigeria doesn't mean I can't pull you into a police case. Thank you.